What's up, everybody? Bryce here from Midnight Notion, and I am in my show attire, ready to film a rock and roll music video. Again, the purpose of this video is low to no budget. I'm using my cell phone to film it, and I'm using only stuff that I own. It's going to be very, very crappy quality, but creative. So, we did the proof of concept. It turned out pretty cool, different from what I expected, but it's okay when things are different than what you expect. So, now it's time to film. Let's get into it. One thing I forgot to bring up is that when you're filming a music video, if you're doing a live music video, as in the band is playing along with the track, you're gonna wanna know when to start playing. You can't just press play on your reference track and then run into the frame and expect it to sync up. You wanna be able to start at the same time. So, you're gonna need a version of your song that either has a click to count you in, or maybe it repeats a riff in the beginning so that you have the tempo figured out before you go into the song. So, I happen to have the original Pro Tools session of this song, so I can just hit play and there's a click track already. If you don't have that, you need it. You need some way to count you in, especially if you're filming it on your own. Especially if you're doing it all by yourself. Another thing we learned in the proof of concept video is that these chords pretty annoying, so I have to drag them a little further, a little closer to where the camera's gonna be. So get those out of the way, out of the floor, out of the sight of the camera, and now we have a nice clean floor that isn't actually very clean. My bad. So here's the plan of attack. I'm gonna record rhythm guitar, and I'm gonna do a little singing while I do it, but I plan to do singing as a different take. And then I'll do lead guitar using a different guitar, and then I'll do bass guitar, and then I'll do drums last. And hopefully, by playing along with the original track, Final Cut will be able to sync everything up automatically, and then all I have to do is pick what I want to show and when. It's very, very simple. So, let's get to filming. Good. Okay. All right. Right in line with this light. That's where the left foot goes. Here we go. Take one. My phone ran out of storage space right around the solo, so I'm going to start over from that section. It's probably just going to go to black at the end. Good job. That was a great 1.5 take. Now on to the lead guitar. I've switched the shape of my instrument because this one has a higher fretboard, so I feel like this is the lead guitar, even though this is the one I play more often at the shows. I don't know if I'm going to be able to nail the solo in one take, but that's why we're doing multicam. If I screw up, I'll cut to a different instrument. One take. Here we go. It was really messy, but it rocked. I'm going to do a horizontal one to get a close-up of the riffing on the guitar for the lead, the main riff, and then another one for the solo, just to have it. Alright, that one was really sloppy, but again, this is just for the music video. It's already perfect on the recording, and I'm not the lead guitarist live. I got somebody else playing that part. So it rocks. The biggest problem I'm going to have with this bass guitar is that the neck is longer, so I have to kind of make sure that I'm not going out of frame. I might have to take a step back further and stand a little bit more towards the right and just make sure my arm doesn't swing too far out of the frame. So here we go, bass guitar. And that's the bass. Just like the lead guitar, I want to get some of the finger movement from the verses. So I'm going to do the first verse all over again from this angle, horizontal, to get a little bit closer on the action. So let's go back to the verse. And that's it. So I'll be honest, I really want to do the vocals and the drums right now. I'm super amped up about this, but it's like 10:30 p.m. I live in a condo, and there are people that live up there, and there are people that live over there, and they're all going to be upset at me if I'm belting my lungs out and if I'm banging on pads. Guitars I can keep a little quieter. I can keep that sound confined to this space. But for the drums, for the vocals, I gotta come back tomorrow. Lucky for you, it's gonna be the same video. See, you didn't even notice the day changed. To be honest with you, I don't think drums are gonna work in vertical frames, so we're gonna go horizontal for drums. Let's go. It's all in the frame. It's all in the frame. Oh. Get a nasty shadow. Nasty shadow. Come forward just a little bit. Rock. We've come to our first hiccup in the road, and that is I have loaned my hi-hat stand to a friend. So when it comes to drums, I have no hi-hat. Now, this is the problem. It's gonna make it hard to look like I'm playing the hi-hats when I'm not actually hitting anything. And you might say, well, we could animate in some hi-hats, and that's, I suppose, a possibility. But the lucky part is that this song doesn't have a whole lot of hi-hat in it. There's some in the main riff, and there's some in the verse, but there's a lot of toms going on in the verse, at least the first half of it, and there's a lot of cymbals in the chorus and in the later parts. So what I'm gonna do, because I have to clean up my place before, I'm gonna have to clean up all this lighting, and so I want to get the filming done. So we're gonna acknowledge this problem and find a workaround. Because we're filming each instrument separately, the drums won't be on the screen for the entire song. So wherever hi-hat is essential to the song, I'll just cut away to a different instrument. It's that easy, right? And at any point, if I feel in the editing that the hi-hat is just, I need to see it, or I'm upset that it isn't there, I'll crop in, I'll punch in, I'll make the drums larger or move them off to the side. I can do things with creative editing to make it so that nobody else recognizes that they're not there. Also, for the sake of my neighbors, I'm not going to be using my kick drum. And I only have an electronic kit, so we'll just be using the toms, the pads for the toms and the snare, the pads for the cymbals, and I will be faking it with my legs, and I'll be faking it for the hi-hat. And at any point, if it's so noticeable, I'll just cut away to a different instrument. And that's how you hack your way into a music video for no budget. Here we go. All right. Let's see if I can remember how to play this song. Playback issue. What? What do you want? Why? Stupid. I just want to do it in one take, that's all. That was rough, so I'm gonna see if I can find some new angles for some different parts. See how a side angle does. I'd say that's pretty good for drums. For those of you who are curious where my phone has been for the filming, it's literally been sitting on my TV. So here's my TV, here's the motion bar for my Wii, and I've been literally setting it on this side. This side of the motion bar is marking where that side of my phone is sitting. That's literally how I've been filming this whole thing. Phone on the TV, no fancy stands or equipment, just no budget, whatever I got around the house. Now it's time for me to record the vocals. I want to do no instruments, just use my body, use my voice, and do the vocal portion of the song. And so since I need the camera to be a little closer, and I need it to be a wider frame, I'm going to use a stand, a makeshift stand, which is literally just a roll of paper towels on top of my drum throne on top of a coffee table. So I'm telling you, really no budget, no stands involved, just stuff laying around the house. So this one I don't need my legs, I just need my upper half, my top part of my body. All right, here we go. To the wild, abandoned, alone, cast out by everything that I know. For this last one, I just wanted to get a side angle of me singing. And I don't know, just for effect. And because it's from the side, I can mirror it and I can use it on both sides. So when it gets to the gang vocals at the end, that's what I can use it for. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a side angle. I'm gonna sit in a chair because all I need is, oh, you know what? No, I'm gonna stand up. Why not? I can do this standing. Guess I'm gonna do it by myself this time. And walk away standing tall. You'll see that my fire's still alive. I will never fall. I feel like a Mortal Kombat character. Well, that's a good quad exercise. Got my stretches in. And that's it. That's filming a music video on no budget. It was a lot of fun. I learned a few things. Now it's time to find out if I can edit it into something spectacular. So, come back for the next video to see the editing process and find out if we can make a kick-ass music video for $0. See you next time.